welcome back to my channel, The Jamie Nicole. Today is day 3 of my nursing school marathon. Today I will be talking about the truth about being a Black nursing student. Anything that I reference isn't, of course, not like a stereotype or does not account for all people. I am truly only speaking from my opinion and those closest to me who have, given me insight on things that they've also experienced. The Black nursing student first, being a nursing student is definitely not for the weak. If you've watched my previous videos or if you're in nursing school, then you definitely know how it feels to be in a nursing program. You know how rigorous it is and you know how strenuous and stressful it can be. However, it is very rewarding. Now, to be a Black nursing student, it's a totally different ball game. Not to say that, you're being called names and being treated like it's the 1960s all the time. That's not what it is, but there's different systematic things that definitely affect us within nursing programs. For instance, numbers. There's typically not many of us in nursing programs. In my first nursing program, it was about 5 of us. In my new program, I don't necessarily know everybody who's in there, but I know there's a few more than 5. So, and honest, I hate to say it, but that's good. You typically don't even see that many Black people in one cohort, depending on what school you're at or whatever. So there's only a handful of us. We automatically, at least I automatically felt like it can be intimidating to only be a part of such a small representative demographic of a program. It was quite intimidating. You automatically feel like you don't know as much as your other classmates. You feel kind of behind. At least I felt behind because I noticed that a lot of my classmates who were white, either their parents or family members, close family friend, anyone, they had some sort of connection to nursing. Yeah, so you feel like you don't have as much information, you feel like you don't have as many resources. I've also experienced feeling overlooked in classrooms. I feel like that just because I was Black, that it was like I would either not get asked to share how I feel about something or my opinion, or let's say I have my hand raised and I would get overlooked. I felt like in a way I was, my opinion wasn't cared about or didn't want to be heard. Other instances, I've felt like at clinical, I've gotten patient cases who were, not the easiest patient to deal with, that had a rougher case, or they suffered from some sort of substance abuse, or they were from like a lower socioeconomic class. And at first it's like, okay, well, they probably randomly assigned us patients or whatever. But then it started to feel like, okay, am I getting this assignment because of how I look, or what is it? I don't know. I just felt like I was getting treated differently. Another thing, if you really pay attention to the nursing school books, it doesn't help with the feeling of exclusion, because a lot of the times in the books, Black people are not mentioned. And if we are mentioned, it's in a negative context. It's always saying that Black people have more risk of serious health issues, and Black people don't eat healthy foods, and Black people have higher pain tolerances than everybody else, and it's never anything positive. Or I've noticed that when it comes to, it was in my health assessment book when we were learning how different diseases look on people and whatnot. When it came to the skin stuff, they would never show pictures of Black people. And I'm just like, okay. And I told my teacher, I'm like, Black people, we don't turn blue. So how do I know if a person who's Black is sick or whatever? You can't necessarily point out cyanosis as easily on a Black person because we don't turn blue. So why aren't y'all teaching us how to see those physical symptoms? Why are we only learning about how things look on people with white skin. That made me feel a type of way because, like I said, that exclusion piece, it's like we're not even learning about ourselves. And I feel like that's a part of the reason why a lot of times we get overlooked in the healthcare setting, because people don't even know how to take care of us necessarily. And they just try to, take care of us the same way that they would somebody else. And the reality of it is that you can't do that. Every patient is different. The next thing I was gonna say, I think a lot of the times, at least I've seen myself do this, Black people will kind of like naturally isolate ourselves. Like we'll kind of just either stay together, or if there's no other Black person, then we'll just stay to ourselves because, probably from feeling uncomfortable or just, I don't want to say not wanting to be bothered, but when I do it, it's mostly from being uncomfortable. And I just want to say, try your best not to do that. Even though it may be your instinct to do it, there are a lot of people in nursing school that I've met who, even though we look different, we have a lot of the same experiences and you can relate to them in so many ways that you wouldn't have even thought of. So don't limit yourself or hold yourself back because you're uncomfortable, and don't feel like you can only talk to Black people, because there's plenty of people who you will meet in your cohort who have resources and know different things about classes that can help you tremendously. And you definitely don't want to block your own blessing from isolating yourself or being intimidated to talk to others. So in all of this, even though it seems like, yes, we do have a harder time, kind of like how I said in my clinical video yesterday, everything is what you make of it. So if you're feeling a type of way about something, never hesitate to speak up. Always use your voice, because a lot of times I think people don't think we will speak up or say anything about how we feel or being mistreated. So always use your voice, speak up. Seek out different programs on your campus that may have different resources for Black students. For instance, on my campus, there is a student nurse achievement program for nursing students of color. We have different resources, tutoring, and mentors that help us make sure that we are, getting everything we need to, make it through the nursing program. Also, do not hesitate to pick up a leadership position. If there's a student nurse association or, like I said, student nurse achievement program, anything like that on your campus, if you have time for it, then definitely look into a leadership position. I feel like we won't be able to see the changes that we want to see until some of us are in those positions. So it starts with us, and I think that's a really good idea if, like I said, if you have enough time for it. I know we probably all heard this before, but we do have to work twice as hard. I would say definitely give 110% every class, every clinical, wherever you go, because since we do kind of have those stereotypes and different prejudices hanging already over our heads, which it's not fair. Definitely not saying that it should be happening, but it's just reality. Since we already have those things up against us, prove everybody wrong. And that's why I said yesterday in my clinical video, I go hard every clinical, every opportunity I get to prove myself, I take it, because what I'm not gonna do is be counted out, because I believe that I'm one of the best students in my nursing program, period. And that's how you have to think, because nobody else is gonna think it if you don't. So definitely be confident in yourself and show off. Like, it's your time to prove yourself. If we're gonna be limited anyway, I'm definitely not gonna be one of the lowest students in the class, because no, we gotta show out Black excellence over here. Last thing I was gonna say, don't give up. A lot of times it's easy to feel like you can't do it anymore. And I've had different advisors. I've had friends who said that their advisors have, kind of led them in a direction other than nursing because maybe they aren't doing too well in the class. And that's just the harsh reality of it. Being a Black student, sometimes your advisors who are of a different race, I don't think they always give their best effort to try to help you achieve your goal, and they'll try to get you to deter and do something easier. But with that, I'm saying, do not give up. If you want to be a nurse, don't let them talk you out of finishing your prereqs. Don't let them talk you out of applying. Don't let them talk you out of anything. In all of this, I want to say that we were put on this path for a reason. In healthcare, Black nurses account for 8% of nurses. I'm pretty sure it's 8%, maybe 13. Either way, that is a tiny amount. So all of us in nursing school right now, all the Black nurses out there right now, they need us. We are the future, and we can make some incredible changes in this world if we continue to pursue our dreams and, do what we have to do to get through these hardships. I believe in each and every one of you. So if you're watching this right now, if you needed somebody to tell you that, here's me saying it right now. I believe in you. You can do it. We can do it. And we will be nurses despite everything that the world tries to throw against us.